What's good, people? It's your boy, Icarus Gray. And this is Gray Area Anime, the most wonderful podcast of your day. And we are back with another one. I said back with another one. Kirby says, hi. It's dangerous to go alone. So I choose each and every one of you to go on this journey of everything geekdom, anime, gaming, and everything in between. We, and I say we very, very, very specifically, are back, guys. I know I've been promising to bring this podcast back for a very, very, very long time. But there's a special guest in the building. Yep, there's a special guest in the building. Or not a special guest, but my executive producer has returned from hiatus, maternity leave, general disdain and dislike of me.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
You know, returned.
Wow. You make it, dude, it's not been that serious, but hey, y'all. Hey, how you doing?
It has in fact been that serious.
It is not been that serious.
But the one, the only executive producer of this her podcast has returned. And for a very special episode, we finna talk about July and how busy I'm about to be. Because there's a lot of anime coming out in July. So we went through Crunchyroll's list, though there is one anime that's on High Dive that I'm gonna have an honorable mention for. But we went through like the list of animes and picked out some of our favorites that we are interested in watching. We didn't like go through like the entire list, or we did go through the entire list, but we only picked the things that we are interested in, because like I ain't gonna watch stuff that I just don't care about just to be watching July anime. That's just, those days are over.
They're over.
They're over.
What brought them to an end? Do tell.
Okay, disclaimer, right? I have felt like the quality of anime has dimmed. Now we do get gems. We get a solo leveling. We get a free run. We get a windbreaker. But as a whole, there is more isekais than terrible quotes from Kanye.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's how many isekais there are.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll allow it.
Wait, that was strange.
I'm just saying. What? Like I feel like I shouldn't let that slide. Right?
Why?
Because what? Then terrible quotes from Kanye is wild. But I yeah. There's a lot of isekais out there.
Oh, that's what I knew I forgot something with my sound. So anyway, but yeah. So, what I was thinking about with this is we have a couple picks that we both picked off the list that we can both talk about, and then that way we can like save those picks. But then there's a couple different ones that I want to like. I think you only have like two that are different from mine, but one I technically like didn't count because the season is going to end around that time. So let's see, how do I want to do this? Oh man, I'm rusty. So we'll do it like, let's start with Sakamoto Days.
All right.
So I realized, I don't know that we finished catching up with part one or yeah, part one. I don't think we caught up.
No, we have not. We've gotten through. I want to say a good amount of the episodes, like maybe halfway, depending on how long it is. I have to look it up. If it's 20 episodes, then no, I don't think. I think
it's just 12.
Okay, then yeah, I think we're definitely halfway then because I remember like going through the amusement park and back at the shop. I really like the anime though. I love how it like kind of walks that line between cuteness and like, you know, family friendly ish, you know what I mean? Like family focused kind of anime, like really, really sweet. And then like kind of turns it on its head with the action. I love that combination. I think it's fun.
The art style reminds me of Beelzebub a bit.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if I should probably check them because maybe the same mangaka does Sakamoto Days, which I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I'm excited for it too. I had started reading the manga. I'm pretty much in where I think this the next part is going to go. So I have to kind of see. I've been trying to read some stuff too, and we're gonna do another episode about mangas and stuff that I'm reading. I didn't want to like mix the two right now. But yeah, Sakamoto Days is really good. I think the character development can feel a little slow sometimes, but it's because the anime, I feel, takes its time with arcs and how they're like trying to build the enemies, how they're trying to build other characters, how they're trying to build the antagonists. They do it in ways that's like very layered because you're trying to like figure out why the main bad guy wants to, you know, do what he's doing. Which if you don't know, I don't want to spoil it. So I'm going to try to keep away from some spoilers, but if I have to spoil because I'm like really excited about something, I'm going to say spoiler warning or because I'm going to that next level. So yeah, Sakamoto Days. Next, the one that we both have on our list is which I am surprised. I didn't think it was gonna make your list.
Okay, so let me just say that it wrecked me. We are a new family. Sorry, I was saying that Dandadan wrecked me. So I got to one episode and y'all know the red dress episode. I said, hell no.
You treated the red dress like the red wedding.
It is crazy. Look, let me tell you something. I had to take a break. I'm a new mom. Okay. And that wrecked me. I was like, no, you bastards. Why can't you just give me the cool jokes, the funny, weird? Now, I will say the jokes are extreme. the banter is out there, but I really appreciate the ways that they're going about dealing with such difficult and like really, really tragic subject matter. So I'm trying
that is the entire
it's
that's the series, bro.
You know, I can tell that's and they're not, and they don't pull back from it, which is what's even scarier. I think I'm excited about the new season. I'm happy to know that it has a new season. I think that's really what I'm most excited about, is just that something this nuanced is getting another season. But personally, as a viewer, as an audience member, I definitely have to take it one dose at a time. I'm probably not going to watch Dan again until August. You hear me? And it's going to be one episode that's going to take me over for the whole month. And then I'll come back again in September. And because I've got to you got to unpack some stuff after that. I feel like you need therapy after you watch one of those episodes, but that's just wild.
But yeah, so I think that's the one that most or a lot of people are really hype about because of how well the first season did. So much so, you know, they're doing this. Like, I don't know how I feel about the theatrical release of animes. I think they did the first 3 episodes in like select theaters in certain places or whatever. And that's kind of interesting. But like in the Demon Slayer, the last arc being all movies, even we'll talk about this later, but Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus, there's like 2 movies that I have to figure out how to watch before I can watch the show, because otherwise I won't be like caught up canonically, because you'll have missed like basically almost 3 arcs worth of content. And I was able to watch the Rascal Does Not Dream of a Dreaming Girl, I think, or something like that. But anyway, the first of the trilogy of movies that have come out. I'm not really a big fan of that. So next we have a really another one that we agreed on, which was Kaiju number 8.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, we get back to Kafka, and I don't know if you're caught up. I know I am.
Nope. Let me tell you something. I'm not caught up on any of the ones that are on my list. I will be catching up over the next week. I'm not.
One of them you are.
Maybe, but like the rest, I plan to catch up over the course of the next week because I want to know what's going on. I finally have time, guys. Man, it's been a while.
Kaiju number 8, I think, is one of my. I have to catch up with it, but it's like I kind of wonder how they're going to pace it, because the anime, you don't really have that many arcs right now, and it doesn't come out like weekly. It comes out like bi-weekly. So you're not getting as many chapters, and you've had I think a decent amount of time between season 1 and season 2. So there was more of the manga that has been able to happen. Though again, another one that I need to catch up on. But it's just going to be interesting to see kind of where they go and where they stop. I mean, I know that this is going to be primarily focused on the numbered weapons, the Kaiju numbered weapons, and the lieutenants and captains of other teams. Because now we got to, now the military knows who Kafka is, and so we're gonna try and like figure out how that kind of works out and getting stronger and all the general shonen tropes there. Yeah. So next, I think we'll go with one of mine that I'm excited for and I've been waiting for a while, which is My Dress Up Darling season 2. Mm-hmm. I love that anime. I enjoyed the manga. I ended up getting like caught up with it. And then of course, whenever I get caught up with something like waiting, I need to catch up again because it has been a while since I caught up, because I caught up around when season 1 was out. And I'm really excited because I like the way they build the relationship between the main characters, and everybody's name is that basically just frozen. But Marin and Gojo. Haha, funny. Or Kitagawa and Gojo, I think. Because wait, no, it's Marin and Wakana. Because I forget that we actually when people they switched the naming conventions around, so they're not doing it, which would be backwards to us when they are
last name first name last. They're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, no, they don't do it when they're the English translation. So for us, they wouldn't do it that way. So I'm really excited for them because we're gonna get into more cosplay stuff. More into Marin's like evolving feelings for Gojo, which I think are going to be really, really cool. I'm supremely and utterly just hype about that because I have been waiting for it for a while. The visual style is always really, really dope. And I like geek stuff. I like geeks and nerds being able to like engage a bit better with one another. So it's like really, really cool for me. Yeah, so that's one of like that I'm super duper pumped up for. Tell me why you are hyped for Dr. Stone.
I just really like Dr. Stone. If you guys remember, I'm pretty certain I talked about it on one of the episodes prior to, like a long time ago. I really appreciate like the things that you learn watching the series. I'm excited to like catch up and find out what's going on. I'm so far behind you guys. The last thing I saw, they were getting ready for war, and I'm like, I hope they kick that man's butt because he's a murderer. Anyways, he's a dirty, filthy murderer. But I think I'm just most excited again to see what new stuff I can learn about, like, if civilization was to restart, what would I need to know? Like, it's kind of cool doing that. I like, I grew up with Bill Nye, so I like sciencey kind of stuff, even though I'm not like a scientist. I do find that kind of content really, really interesting. And I love, like, I really love the way that they're choosing to tell the story and stuff like that. I know for some people, I think it's been a little bit slow. I'm pretty certain I heard some different complaints there, but
I think that would have been like early on. I think that would have been early on. I think there's a lot that has been like cleared up from that point.
I feel like they're going to space now, aren't they? Or at least there's some space something happening.
Because they're mentioning certain aspects of the story that involve space. I don't want to give too much away because I do know, like, I have read the last chapter because Dr. Stone as a manga is done, and has been done for a couple years.
I thought so.
And which is insane to say to me because I remember literally in 2017, 2018-ish, starting to read this, and like I have a video on my YouTube channel about why I thought it was going to get an anime and everything else before it was in. Like, it had like one chapter. The same thing I said about Promised Neverland. I said it was going to get an anime. I was literally, I don't miss on one. I think something's going to get an anime. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of fell off just because I like it. But when it's harder as a manga reader to like start reading something and then try and go back and rewatch it.
I get that.
That has always been really difficult for me. I was able to do it with Kaiju number 8 because that's another one that I started immediately when it dropped. But yeah, so another one for me, which I'm surprised didn't hit your list, but I know it's probably just an omission because you were busy while we were trying to do the list.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
And that is Rent a Girlfriend season 4.
Oh my god, yes!
We so excited. Are back with our favorite Will They Won't They anime of probably all time. The Will They Won't They for me, the best harem that feels cool with college aged kids instead of like, you know,
high schoolers or middle schoolers. For the love of God. Like what?
Like that just look older.
Yes.
Like you're actually like, okay, this would happen at a college. Like I like the engagement. Like I like the fact that it doesn't feel as skeevy as like this is a 15-year-old. This is a 16-year-old. You know, Manta. This is not even a senior. Like this is not
super minor.
But yeah, I'm really excited because I think, you know, we're like kind of they beat our hearts.
Oh man,
they beat our hearts.
How dare they? You saying that, and it takes me right back to that last episode, and I'm like, what is wrong with you writers? Like, why would you take me down through there like that? But yeah, it was definitely a good. I feel
like we shared. I feel like we shared a little couple tears. I was not expecting to do that.
I was like, how dare you? How dare you do this to me?
But it was such a good moment. So I'm really excited for that. I think you guys should check that out. And it's such a weird cultural or funny cultural thing. Like thinking about Japan and thinking about like, y'all don't need to be renting girlfriends. You need to be having girlfriends, investing in actual relationships and connections. Apparently, since if the random statistics that I see online are true about there being more pets than children.
We did see that. But you know what's bad? We are in the same situation. We are literally in the same situation.
No, we're not.
No, we are.
We're helping.
No, you and I are helping. We're assisting. Okay, with the birth rate crisis. But apparently, this is a worldwide issue. Like, we all need to be having babies. So rent a girlfriend.
Also, just for the record, like, there may be a time where puberty like has to run off because our child is sleeping very well, and this is like throwing me off. Because my parent ears haven't gone off, in a while. As a matter of fact, hold on, guys.
No, I've got one of my headphones.
Had to do a quick little check
just to be safe.
So next, let's see. So now we're back on your side of the list. And we'll talk about one that I didn't put on my list because like I wouldn't necessarily consider it a July anime.
Oh, I get it.
But it would just end in July. And that's Apothecary Diaries, which we have been enjoying because it is anime K-drama.
Talk about a binge, baby.
It is anime K-drama.
And you know what? And I would venture to say it's better because the level of like the kinds of horrid emotions I go through dealing with K-drama or even C-drama, like especially when it's in somebody's palace. They do the most. And so this has been like really enjoyable to watch, like really fun, even though they didn't pull no punches. I mean, people died in like the first episode. It's like, oh, you messing up? Death, caning. It's over for you. Like it was pretty.
I don't remember.
But it was pretty quick, like first or second episode. But,
so we are what? It's 40, basically 48 episodes by the time July 4th hits, and we like binged through all of them because it was just like, you know what? I kept seeing it on Netflix, and I started on Netflix, and I did like,
too. I saw episode 1 on Netflix.
I was like, that's actually kind of interesting. I kind of want to see how this goes, and then it was like, all right, Mao.
She and Mao.
Mama and Jin Shi.
Yeah,
you know,
it's been fun.
The Moonless Prince. Whenever I see Getsu in anything, I'm like, I know that.
Is it Moonless Prince?
I believe so, or the Moon Prince. One of the two.
Moon Prince. I think it's Moon Prince.
One of the two. Who knows?
It's the moons and a prince in there somewhere.
Another that we both have, which is another one that you're not caught up on, which I don't know how you're gonna catch up on any of these because this is ridiculous.
Oh, I'm doing it. I'm committed.
Shield Hero.
Oh yes. How am I not caught up on Shield Hero? Oh, I know why. I know where we left off.
Yeah.
It was in the middle of I think they were on their way to battle. I remember the turtle.
No,
I don't know why I remember turtles. But.
Well, it was the turtle. Yeah, you stopped. I think should be. I think season 3. I think.
Yeah.
I think. It's one of those where it's like it's just the lull of how they are, how they're doing the light novel, right? Mm-hmm. And this is what I talk about all the time when I'm doing Teach Me Senpai and all this other stuff about how when we're it's the same issues of like Marvel movies, which is how faithful to the source material do you want to be? And I think there was a lull there, and there was like a lot of things that people wanted to see, a lot of things that were skipped over. I kind of wish Shield Hero would get the ReZero treatment, but I don't know that it's that popular. Like ReZero was, well, we say this, was popular enough at the time, even though we had to wait 4 years.
I think so.
3
or 4 years
before and then we had to go back through and be like, oh wait, that was there.
And then they dropped those like the OVA and the director's cut.
Well, they did the director's cut, then the OVA.
Yeah.
Before the earnest season 2,
which was great because by that time I had started reading, and so when they went back and did the director's cut, it was like seeing additional things that I had read, didn't see the first time through. It was fantastic.
I wonder how Chicken Sama is doing. But anyway, that's a random mention of the person who had translated that we used to read. Canadian guy had to go off and take care of his grandparents or something like that.
No, I think he got sick or something.
Translation Chicken, that was it.
Yeah, Chicken Sama.
But yeah, shout out to him.
Shout out.
So now that's the end of your list. So now we only have like the rest of mine, which has a couple different ones. Let's see here. Let's go with Gachi Akuda, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about that one.
Explain.
So basically, framed and cast into a trash-filled abyss, Rudo fights monsters in the system that dumped him.
Yes.
And it's basically the one where if you have enough love for something, like an item or whatever, it can be turned into a weapon.
That one did look cool. It looked pretty epic. The
animation looks amazing. I believe Bones did the animation, and I forget. Bones does some other stuff, but I can't. My brain freezes every time I'm trying to like do all of the lists in my head. And maybe next time I'll have my producer like
I'll be
research
prepared
with me to help my brain, because my brain be fizzling out. But this is the newer one. I was watching a couple of videos on it. I see that the manga is very intriguing, which is what's probably going to happen, as it often does, is I'm going to start watching this, get caught up, and then be like, well, I'm not waiting until season 2. Time to read. And then be disinterested when the anime comes back, because that's just my life.
Toxic traits.
That's wild.
I'm just saying.
Next on my list is one that I really enjoyed the first season of, which is Reborn as a Vending Machine.
Yeah, okay, so I would walk in on you watching this and I'd be like, what the heck is he watching? How can he watch this vending machine trying to communicate with these humans?
Yep.
It's weird, and I could tell it was pretty funny. It seemed like a comedy.
Golly. It's a mix of they're being serious, but also, the joke of what it is, right?
Of being a vending machine. Like, what?
Dog, is hilarious, man.
A sentient vending machine who can vend for you what you most need in that moment.
Or at least what most, like, because, he has a skill tree and everything else, but the skill tree grows because it's one of those isekais.
Skill tree.
Yes, it's one of those isekais where it's like you got a skill tree based on like how much stuff people buy, leveling up, and because he like has found ways to fight certain like enemies and stuff, you get a whole lot of experience. So
wait, so the vending machine fights? It's a
no
shonen
like
too? Are you
no. Well, kind of, but I'll have to show you. You just have to watch it with me. Now, I put this under the distinction of an honorable mention one, aka a light watch. Which means I normally just watch this as like a palate cleanser or something where it's like I really just want to kind of enjoy my time, not have to like feel too much emotion, but just be able to have fun with it. There are a lot of those nowadays that I don't think really have anything important, if you will. They're just not like as meaty as the ones that we typically enjoy, i.e., which is why we have only been watching Apothecary Diaries for the most part. I've been trying to get back into Windbreaker season 2, but again, that's another one where I've read the manga and it's really good. I think it has better character building and a world building than what Tokyo Revengers ended up having. But I also know that because the fights are real, but because it's so emotionally friendship based, talk no jutsu kind of stuff. Well, it's hands no jutsu because they lay down the hands, but they talk a lot in terms of like working through their emotions or whatever. So I don't know. I don't necessarily know how people feel about Windbreaker. I'd like to know down in the comments somewhere. And then here's another one that I am interested in, which is See You Tomorrow at the food court.
What is this? I don't think I saw that one.
So this one,
is that the cooking one?
No, this one I had seen before. So it's like this rich girl Wada and Lone Wolf Yamamoto meet daily at a food court and share laid back afternoon. So one of the girls is a Gyaru, and then you have the rich girl or whatever. And I was like, this seems like another one of those, like Miss Kazumi loves noodles. Like,
yes,
it seems like good. Another really feel good chill. I'm like, I will give that an opportunity. One on the list that we didn't put down, but I want to mention it real quick before we kind of like do the last couple or whatever, is Scooped Up by an S-Rank adventurer, which you mentioned, and I'm like, I'll give it an episode.
I'll check it out to
kind of see if we're going to be interested in.
I mean, look, I feel like the title is indicative of what I could expect from the anime, and I'm wondering if I really want to sit up here and watch this man scoop up all these harem hotties. Like that's what I feel like.
It's gonna be incredibly interesting to see.
We'll see
how that goes. So now let's go to the other one that I think we're both kind of interested in. Detectives these days are crazy.
Yes.
I think that's going to be pretty funny. I'm missing another one that I was going to put on my list, or that I meant to. But anyway, that one's going to be really interesting. It's basically about this, I think, like a retired detective that comes out of retirement with this teen or whatever, and it's the manga was a comedy manga, so there's going to be a lot of jokes, a lot of fun. And again, another thing that does not take itself seriously, and I hope that they just do it right. You know what I'm saying? I hope that the jokes are good. I hope that it can be like Sundari's Children, which was again one of my all-time favorites for comedy, because it just they put the pedal to the metal.
It was extremely cute and gave us one of the best laughs we've ever experienced in the anime.
The actual best laugh. Then I have the last three, and we'll rush them off real quick. But Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus. I love the Rascal Does Not Dream series. It is one of the few series that has made me bawl. Now, granted, a lot of things were going on at the time, but still, I think either way, I would have been sitting at my desktop at the time crying, just shedding big tears because I felt so connected to the characters, and it was just a lovely watch, man. Like, and I had a lot of fun with that. I wanted to add on here The Water Magician, which looks really good.
It's really fun.
I've seen so much, or not a lot about it, but I've seen enough about it where I'm like, yeah, I'll be down with that. And there was one I forgot. Call of the Night, season 2, which will be on High Dive. It's the only one that's not on Crunchyroll of the animes that we've mentioned today. If you want to go check those out. And I'm super excited about that. And then there's a couple more that I'm like, Call of Night is about vampires and an insomniac kid and love. And there's like, it's just good. Like, there's not too much on High Dive that you're like specifically going there for. And again, like I've heard so many people, I don't really like their UI and the user interface and everything else either. Because it's not as streamlined and as functional as what Crunchyroll is, which I don't necessarily understand why. Just copy and paste in a certain way, or at least like if you got to change a couple things here and there, change a couple things here and there. But like the standard, here's my watch list. Here are the things that I'm watching. It should be really easy. Another one that I might not so much give a chance to, but again, I'm going to watch at least one episode of it, is The Shy Hero and the Assassin Princesses, because it looks stupid. And I just want to see if it is stupid, because sometimes I just watch dumb anime to be like, this is stupid.
And to immediately turn it off. So
immediately and be like, nope, that's a waste. Just so I can be sure. There's another one that I think I'd probably like start watching, never talk about on here, and then like really enjoy, which would probably be Turkey Time to Strike, a bowling anime.
Oh, I just scrolled across that.
I'm like, yeah.
I was looking for that scary one. We were both like, that seems interesting, but I don't think I can handle it.
No, I think we said it's the Necronomico and the Cosmic Horror Show.
Is that?
Oh, no. You're talking about the Summer Hikaru died.
Yes, that's the one.
The Summer Hikaru died. I think we decided we're just gonna read, because good God, the psychological tension on there is it's crazy, bro. Like, I deal with enough in ReZero that I don't need any kind of horror.
Can I just say that my version of like, this might be stupid, so I'm gonna see if I like it, but we'll find out. But I probably am gonna be like, this is stupid, I'm gonna keep watching. Is Betrothed to My Sister's Ex.
I saw that.
Seems interesting,
and I'm like,
and I feel like I'm the prime audience.
I know. I know it's gonna be stupid.
Me,
I know so. They didn't. I know they didn't. I think you think they did, but they didn't. They didn't.
It feels like a webtoon. It feels like one of my one of the types of webtoons I would like.
Hot garbage.
Oh man. We'll find out. We'll definitely talk about it, you guys.
Oh, we almost forgot about the one that we're going to try. Oh, and I'm surprised neither.
The Night of the Living Cat.
Night of the Living Cat.
We definitely are trying that.
Yo,
listen, if you're watching any of these, please in the comments, please say which one you're hyped about, which one you're most excited about, which one you think is definitely going to be hot garbage. Like, which one of these are you like? Yeah,
and then there's like so many more that I'm like, just no. Like, not even gonna waste my time. You can have it. Like, I'm not even giving you an episode, though. I do want to try out the Cleavitis.
The what?
the one where they were talking about like the animation style looks very Studio Ghibli like, and I think you didn't want to try it because of some reason. I don't necessarily know why.
I
can't remember.
Would have to look at it again.
But it had the big like dog demon looking thing with the horns, and it was all they were like holding a baby.
No, I don't think. I don't know if I actually look at it.
Well, they were saying in I think the preview of it, they were talking about how it kind of feels like Claymore, and you said,
because I didn't want to
because you didn't know anything about Claymore.
No, and you used the word berserk.
Well, because I used it in a way of like, because I was trying to explain Claymore to you,
right?
Which I'm like, no, I'm not saying that they take the same story beats, because they don't. It's just in the way that they handle gore or the action is.
I'll have to actually give Claymore a watch.
It's older and it's really good. It was one of the first animes, or not first, but one of the animes I watched 2008, 9-ish.
Wow.
It was real good.
Okay.
But yeah, the Betrothed to My Sister's Ex looks stupid.
It looks like a webtoon, and I'm here for it.
Sound like Dexter Dee. I'm trying to skim through here and see if there's anything else that I'm thinking about watching. I didn't even finish watching a couple of Cuckoo's season 1.
I have no idea what that's about, but I thought about
you
it.
do, and I've talked to you about it. You just are like, listen,
it's
guys.
One of
when
those
you're married,
things.
she literally like discards all things that I say.
Not all.
Gosh. Okay.
Obviously not
Majority.
all. I wouldn't say that. I would say a good 15%.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good threshold for marriage.
That is a terrible
15%.
number.
No, it means you get all the 85 other. If any of you guys out there are married, you just let us know if that's. That's
I don't know. Don't even waste your time in the comments. I don't care. Another one I guess I'm gonna try because it seems like it's interesting, and I keep seeing stuff about it. Is this toilet bound?
I'm not doing it. I refuse to do it. I don't care.
Sometimes, like when you get past the ridiculousness of the names of the anime, you enjoy it.
This is my bone that I have to pick with these types of things. They give me these names, okay, that already are like repulsive, and then they have the nerve to have actually really good stories and really good character development. And I'm like, why you have me watching this dumb thing? But I'm enjoying it so much, and that's what I feel like. I wonder if that's going to fall into that category.
Maybe. So yeah, that's our picks for the things that we're going to be watching. That we'll come back and have a lot of discussion on. We'll probably like break down. We're definitely going to break down Apothecary Diaries, so please be ready for that, because I think that's something that you guys should go and watch. But if there are other animes that you think we should be watching, let us know down in the comments. And there will be a visual component coming to this here podcast soon. It'll just have to get our office set up.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. It's going to be Icarus's face and my voice. You're just going to hear me in the background.
What you're trying to do? No, it's not.
Yes.
No,
yes.
It's not.
No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a picture cut out of myself that's just going to like be talking back and forth on the screen. Mm-mm. Like do. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be fantastic.
Not.
Editing
so not.
Beauty.
Good gosh. Fine. Whatever. But anyway, I'm very appreciative, guys. Remember that Kirby says, hi, and it's dangerous to go alone. So I choose each and every one of you to go along on this amazing journey. I will see you in the next piece, a 1 and a 2 and a peace.